Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, April 25th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. What a splendid weekend. Saturday, I worked with SOFO on our Earth Day / Greenscape project. So when you pass the triangle at Hillsmere Drive or the entrance to Robinwood, take a look at our handiwork. It looks beautiful. I got a pollen-filled ride on the B&A Trail. Again, I've got to get ready for that tour to Talbot on June 4th. And I learned that there is a not suitable for work alternative to Wordle called Loodle, Lewdle. You've been warned, it is not suitable for work. And I wrapped it up with a great dinner at Sin Frontera. So all in all, an A-plus weekend for me. All right, we do have news, so let's get into it, shall we? 2 people were shot at the Capitol Raceway in Crofton on Saturday night. The Arundel County Police were called for a shooting at about 8:30 p.m., and when they arrived, they found a male and female suffering from gunshot wounds. One was struck in the abdomen, the other in the ankle, and both were taken to a trauma center. We don't have all the details just yet, but we do expect them a little bit later this morning, so you want to check back at eyeonannapolis.net for that. And after the DNB released on Friday, the Anne Arundel County Police also reported a broad daylight assault of a teen along Riva Road. It happened on Thursday at about 2 p.m. A 15-year-old male was walking in the 2600 block of Riva Road, and that's near the Board of Education CVS Squisitos area, and he was approached by 2 teen males in dark clothing. They demanded his property and ended up punching him. Before they could get away with his property, a passing motorist noticed what was going on, honked their horn, and the 2 did flee. The victim did have minor injuries. This area has had 3 significant events in the last week. There was a passenger in a taxi that was shot as they were exiting the festival at Riva, and a UPS driver was robbed at gunpoint in that same center. The shooting was just after midnight, but the UPS robbery was just after noon. Today, you may see some purple buses roaming around Annapolis. Well, if all goes according to plan, you will see them. These are the new shuttles that will transport you from the outer garages, Park Place, Knighton, and Gotts Court as Hillman gets ready to close next Monday. There are signs all along the route with a QR code that you can scan to find out exactly where the next shuttle is. The city promises a 10-minute or less frequency. The stops will be at Park Place Garage, Knighton Garage or Lemongrass, Lafayette Street, which is the Graduate Hotel, Calvert Street, which is the Gotts Court Garage, Church Circle at the Courthouse, City Hall, and Duke of Gloucester and Main Street as it comes back up, which is the old Hillman Garage. And then it heads back out the same route to Park Place. It is free, so you want to hop on. Later this month, there will be some on-demand golf cart type vehicles that will be running around, and later in May, there will be an app that will be sort of an on-demand point-to-point transportation. All of the info can be found at accessannapolis.com. Keeping with Annapolis, a date for your calendar, May 13th through the 15th. It is a brand new festival at City Dock, the Annapolis Uprigging Maritime Festival. In the fall, downrigging is a big thing for sailing ships as they prepare for the winter, and Chestertown actually has a downrigging festival. Well, Annapolis is celebrating spring with an uprigging festival. Get it? There will be at least 4 tall ships here, along with some others. I know the Wilma Lee is poised to be docked at City Dock as well. You want to expect music, tours, and lots of education. And this is really the brainchild of Eric Evans, who's the executive director of the Downtown Annapolis Partnership. He's the guy that started First Sunday Arts Festival, Dinner Under the Stars, the Chocolate Binge Festival, and a whole bunch of others, so you know this one will be good. And this weekend, Walk for the Woods. This is the Scenic Rivers Land Trust's annual hike up at Bacon Ridge, and if you have never been to Bacon Ridge, you want to do it. It is a great hike and some spectacular scenery. But on the 30th, Saturday, Scenic Rivers Land Trust has guided tours, and generally these areas are not generally open to the public. They have special photo tours, birding tours, and just nature hikes. You should sign up for them at srlt.org. And also at 10 a.m. and noon, Janice Hayes Williams will lead the Say Their Name Remembrance ceremonies, which is remembering the people buried on the site of the Crownsville Hospital. And Janice has done some incredible research to find out the names of the people that correspond with the simple number that they used to bury them in the day. Really powerful stuff. And one more date, you may want to start preparing for this now, but the Maritime Republic of Eastport is hosting the 25th annual 0.05K Bridge Run on May 7th. The race will start promptly around the crack of noon on the 7th, and registration is $25 in advance on the MRE website or $30 the day of the race. All of this goes to support local charities. And for those that are unfamiliar, it is a grueling race with a significant uphill climb right at the very beginning. It begins at the intersection of Compromise Street and Duke of Gloucester, and it will end at 6th Street just before Severn Avenue. If you want to get an idea, we did toss an old video up at eyeonannapolis.net from way back when, and that was back when I didn't know how to hold a camera too steadily, but you want to check that one out. Hey, bonus podcast. Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band was a fun one to do. He is pure, he is raw, and he is blues, the real deal. He's coming in Ram's Head on the 5th. You want to have a listen to that one. And you also want to make sure you listen to April Nyman and Chris Coleman from the Arts Council of Arundel County. We found out exactly it is what they do, but really we talked about their upcoming gala, which looks like a blast. It's called Paint the Town, and that's coming up on May 14th. I do hope you caught our local business spotlight with Unity Gardens that dropped on Saturday at noon, as they all do. Up next is a great conversation with Rick Hutzel, former editor of The Capital, about his new project, Meanwhile in Annapolis. Of course, if you have any suggestions for business spotlights, send them my way. That's it for the news, but first a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company, the Roof Guy Annapolis, and Alpha Engineering. Alrighty, and Alsina from CovingtonAlsina is here with your Monday Money Report. And of course, George from DCMDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast, if not somewhat psychotic weather. All of that coming up in just a bit.
Hi, this is Gary Ledard, owner of the Roof Guy Annapolis. For over 15 years, my team has worked with hundreds of homeowners to provide the highest quality roofing in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. As a homeowner myself, I understand when it's time for a new roof, you need to find a roofing company you can actually trust. One that will give you the bottom line. No fluff, no runaround. At The Roof Guy, it's my goal to build lifelong relationships and aspire to change what people have come to expect from a roofing contractor by delivering great experiences. So if you're looking for a roofing company in Annapolis or Anne Arundel County that holds the highest standards for quality, craftsmanship, and business reputation, call me today to schedule your free roof evaluation at 410-570-4956 or visit my website at theroofguyannapolis.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, April 25th. It was a great weather weekend across the Annapolis region, but we'll take a small step backward this week in terms of temperatures, though it should be a fairly nice week on the whole. Look for a mix of sun and clouds today, with mid-60s to lower 70s for PM highs, followed by temps near 70 Tuesday, with PM showers and possibly some thunderstorms as well, maybe lasting into the very early AM hours of Wednesday before skies clear out and chilly temps return behind a cold front, with sunny highs in the upper 50s or lower 60s both Wednesday and Thursday, before more sunshine and low to mid-60s for highs Friday and Saturday, with then more 60s on Sunday and a small chance of some additional rain showers as we get May 2022 started. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, as well as through our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And as always, be sure to download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing, it can be confusing. Ann Alsina, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it all for over 17 years. Are you ready? Now here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Alsina of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. The markets reacted strongly to indications that the Federal Reserve will be raising interest rates by 0.5% at its May meeting. It's the first time since 2006 that rates have been increased at back-to-back meetings, and investors are concerned continued high inflation will spark further increases. On the flip side, almost 80% of companies reporting earnings have beaten expectations. What do you do with this conflicting news? Pay down variable loans, especially credit cards. Keep contributing to your retirement accounts and build your emergency savings. All prudent steps regardless of what's going on in the market. We have big news at CovingtonAlsina as well. This week, we have resigned our brokerage licenses and are now offering investment advice strictly as fiduciaries. We did a segment once on dually registered advisors, which is what most of us are. This means we wear two hats. One, as registered representatives, allows us to sell investments for a commission. That doesn't mean someone isn't doing a good job for you or they are taking advantage of you. It does mean that the legal standard they have to meet is suitability. The investment recommended has to match your stated goal. For example, if you say the investment is to provide income, as long as the product does that, the standard is met. The second hat is the investment advisor representative hat. This allows us to offer advice and investments for a fee. The difference here is that the fee is transparent, and we are held to a fiduciary standard. We have to work in the client's best interest at all times, and clients have legal recourse if we don't. The problem for clients comes when you're not sure which hat someone is wearing. We can wear both for different things with the same client. We've officially retired the registered representative hat. At the same time, we won't be a fee-only firm. There are two products that are only available as commission products: term life insurance and long-term care insurance. Since those two products can be an important part of someone's financial plan, we will continue to offer those. The best use of this information and your action item for the week is to run a broker check on your advisor. You can do that at finra.org and ask your advisor how they are getting paid and what that means for you. You can always find more information on our Facebook page or our website at CovingtonAlsina.com. Investment advice offered through Great Valley Advisory Group, a registered investment advisor. All performance reference is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions voiced in the show are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be appropriate for you, contact the appropriate qualified professional prior to making a decision. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Alsina with CovingtonAlsina.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
One of the most common questions we get: how do I maximize the value of my home before I sell it? It's a great question. We look at improvements like investments. What is the rate of return? For example, if we invest $5,000 in painting kitchen cabinets and installing granite, how much more will our home sell for? The answer? About $25,000 more. That's a 500% return on investment. Because of returns like this, we have started a program called Investing in You. We know cash is often tight when you're making a move, and we are here to help. We will front you up to $15,000 to invest in refreshing your home before you list it, with the agreement to be paid back once your home settles. Call us today at 410-599-1370 so we can help you maximize your home's value.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.